My god, we're already like 6 episodes in and I still haven't finished the seasonal anime video. What should I even cover first? I really wish I had more time for this. A new Ikitosen! Well, my dick just went back in time.
Speaking of time, we've got a few shows back for an additional time.
Kaguya-sama still can't confess. Komi-san still can't communicate. Shield Hero still can't live up to its original storyline. This season also has some of the manliest sports anime ever.
We got badminton. We got cute girls playing golf. We got a soccer anime with an MC who thinks he's trying out for Black Clover.
Outdoing them in the manly department, however, is Dance Dance Danseur, an anime about the fine sport of ballet. I mean, how do you get manlier than how shiny all these dances are?
There are more sparkles here than a My Little Pony convention.
That is just a small part of the phenomenal job MAPPA is doing with the animation. The movement and the expressiveness. It gives you such a strong sense of how passionate the characters feel about ballet. What this anime does even better though is how it tackles gender norms. Like the main character is paranoid about his judgmental friends finding out he wants to take ballet lessons, but then he's all fuck it, I'm gonna show them up with a dramatic anime speech while spinning and dancing with a pair of pantyhose on my head. He even quits the soccer team as he needs all of his time to go towards his new ballet lessons. Now don't try to tell me this sounds too girly for you, because what you should be worried about is how furry it looks. These are clearly just a bunch of giraffes in desperate need of some eye drops.
It's a giraffe!
Okay, clearly that was too manly, so I'm thinking I'm gonna need to show some seasonal shows that appeal more to the ladies. Trapped in a Dating Sim is about a guy getting sucked into his sister's Otome game that contains a world ruled by women. Only very attractive dudes piloting giant manly mechs are involved for some reason, which in turn makes this the ultimate form of gender equality ever.
Then there's heroine Taramano,
a story about a high school girl leaving home and becoming the apprentice manager of a popular male idol group.
今日のゲストは今大人気の高校生アイドルユニットリップリップのお二人です。
Ah yes, one of my two favorite male idol groups, Lip X Lip and Hunter X Hunter. One of the most important things about being an anime about music is putting out bangers, and that is exactly what the main girl of this anime is doing. Banger. 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 Conceptually, this feels like one of the freshest shows to come out lately. I never thought I'd see an anime where I got to learn about the EDM music scene and Chinese dynasties at the same time. The last time I tried to, it got censored.
the General Kome, who is reincarnated in Japan, makes that combo of two different worlds all the more interesting due to picking up on things so quickly from his high IQ.
He also uses his brain to assist the singer Echo gain popularity through elaborate strategies, which are what play a big part in showcasing how the music scene is. To top everything off, the opening is extremely enjoyable and colorful. I mean, this has to be the coolest one of the season with the best music by far, right?
I think I know what it is.
What is it?
The metal!
And that's what ODing on magnesium feels like.
Banger opening aside, this is one of your super run-of-the-mill Isekai premises of the season. Only this time, the MC is, well, a skeleton? It's simple, sure, but I still think it felt enjoyable enough for my fellow Isekai fans. Fair warning though, episode 1 tries to set a Goblin Slayer world record by immediately opening up with a rape scene. Genres: action, adventure, comedy.
What?
Well, fear not, as Shokei Shoujo no Version Road is one of the most anti-isekai shows out there. Our main example of this is Menno, a priestess who must deal with any outsiders summoned into this world due to the dangers their powers possess. She's quite talented at doing this. Take them on a peaceful sightseeing tour, only to lead them into an execution chamber. Convince them to test out their new powers for money, only to stab them from behind in the head. She's a straight savage. At one point you start to go, hey, wait a minute. She must be the one stopping us from getting No Game No Life Season 2, hasn't she? That whole execution shtick isn't all this anime is though, as there's a lot of rich history to the world here, along with some compelling plot twists and character drama. Throw unlimited blade works and some trains into the mix and you've got a pretty cool show. Oh, so that's why they call it Virgin Road.
カップルは手をつなぐものらしい。レスミさん、
よく考えろフド。私たちはまだ付き合い始めで会うのは今日で3回目だろ。時期尚早だ。
Well damn, how are these two supposed to get to lip x lip if they can't even get to hand x hand? Love After World Domination has felt refreshing. The story revolves around the relationship of two leaders on opposing sides of a battle. Sesame leads the villainous organization Gecko, while the heroes are a group known as the Gelato 5, which are led by Fudo, aka the Red Gelato. Oh, so she was just afraid of summoning White Gelato. We've got a nice package of comedy and romance here. Whenever they pretend to fight, it results in some humorous moments. Whenever they aren't fighting, it's quite heartwarming watching them do normal things as a couple, especially when they get flustered. The animation isn't slacking either. Can you believe that some of this season's best fights come from two characters being horny for each other? Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've seen a fight over forbidden love in an anime. I feel bad for Shikamori and her anime, as I genuinely think they deserve better. No one seems to care about them because everyone still can't get over their boners for Marin from last season's Dress Up Darling. That's absolutely valid, but it's time to move on. So stop worrying about Marin and post-nut clarity and show Shikamori some post-nut charity. Sure, the plotline of the everyday life of a high school guy who can't get over how badass and cool his girlfriend can be sounds pretty bland, but it's executed in such a fun manner. The stellar art and animation along with the entertaining cast all help with this. Shikamori could probably carry it all on her own though. She even saves her own man from becoming another Isekai protagonist. Looks like you're out of a job, bitch. I dig these two as a couple. Even as a single-ass loser, I can still relate to their romantic awkwardness. If I had one complaint though, it's that sometimes the relationship feels like it moves just as slow as the anime with characters who are still trying to get in one.
And you look at the two of them, you begin to wonder to yourself, do these people fuck?
A personal favorite of mine this season is Summertime Render. If you've ever wondered how Tokyo Revengers or ReZero would play out if their main characters had better situational awareness, then this is kinda like that. Here the male lead finds himself back on his hometown island, where he faces a series of mysteries that revolve around the death of his childhood friend. The show is quick to set off multiple compelling plot points surrounding that. There is also an added level of tension, due to the fact that whenever the MC time loops, his restart point keeps getting pushed forward. I'm very interested to see how the rest of this story plays out, as it's been great at throwing in unexpected twists. The one drawback though, and I hope you can forgive it for, is that there's a few very poorly timed fan service scenes. Like one of his restart points is face first in a girl's cleavage. Well, time to show those babies some lip x lip. Sucking at socializing has seemed to have become an even more common trend amongst new anime lately. It's like they're telling us weeps to never even bother opening our mouths. And well, looky here, this show's main girl can barely speak words. Unlike other similar shows though, Aharon isn't actually shy, she just has a hard time getting others to interpret her, while also being bad at understanding social boundaries. And physical ones. The male lead, Raito, is also understandable for us weebs, as he struggles with making friends because of his worrisome imagination. Whenever he and Aharon fumble over trying to interpret one another, it always leads to some humorously awkward moments. To summarize it further, I have constructed this mini AMV. Alright folks, prepare yourself for a traditional fantasy anime with the most epic job interview you will ever see.
もちろん軍団の規模だって急成長間違い業績アップ圧倒的成長お茶組やコピーだってトイレ掃除もこんなお得な取引
I'm sorry ma'am, but if he couldn't get it after that, then you don't stand a chance. So I found this one to be minorly enjoyable. It's a simplistic yet sometimes surprisingly emotional premise of an overpowered hero joining the side of the demon army, which he recently crippled the hell out of. Why is he doing this? Well, after the human world began thinking he was too dangerous for his strength and mistakes, the king decided to exile him, leaving him with nowhere else to go. That king better hope history doesn't repeat itself. Next up is Tomodachi Game, a flawed yet decently enjoyable take on the edgy death game genre in anime, only there's no deaths and it's much more psychological. After discovering that the funds for their school trip are missing, a group of tight-knit high school friends find themselves kidnapped in a barren white room. Oh no, I've seen this room before.
I hated that puzzle.
The characters are told that someone amongst the group paid to have them brought there in order to help pay off their own personal debt. They are to partake in a series of psychological games that will challenge their friendships and risk transferring that debt to themselves. It sounds tense, but everything seems kinda super dumb though when you watch them all get told that they're free to leave at any time with no punishment at all, thus keeping the debt on the one friend. And then you're like, wait, this is practically the real life version of that one Tyler the Creator tweet. Lowering the IQ bar even further into the ground this season is a couple of cuckoos. How so? Well, the story is set around the arranged marriage of two high schoolers that were mistakenly swapped at birth.
How does not one person notice that the genders of their babies are suddenly different?
Someone tell the parents that a gender reveal party isn't supposed to be followed up with a gift exchange. Not gonna lie though, I found that plotline to be somewhat compelling here. Everything looks pretty, and it's the exact kind of seasonal stupidity that I need in my life. Throw in the fact that his original sister now suddenly seems interested in him, and we can't get much dumber. Hell, I should have been sold immediately from the synopsis alone. Although these liars and misfits are only playing parts, they soon find that family is about far more than blood relations. Wait, that's part of the Mal synopsis for Spy X Family, what the fuck? Spy X Family is the master of situational comedy. In need of a play family, a spy named Lloyd gets married to an assassin, only it's done while on the run and with a damned grenade pin. Later, they go on a walk in the park with their adopted daughter Anya to practice looking like an actual family, only for it to be half-assed as Anya's secret ability to read minds causes her to get scared of the assassin Yor's dark thoughts. They then eventually try to sneak Anya into a prestigious school, only to come face to face with a random stampede of cows, but it's resolved by Yor finger-banging them to sleep. Truly the top assassin of Spy X Family, silent in the lip X lips, but master of the finger X finger. All of those wacky events are a part of Lloyd's greater mission to get closer to a corrupt politician in order to prevent a war between countries. On paper, everything about the plot here might sound ridiculous, but within the scope of this anime, the events manage to play out so naturally while still retaining their humor. However, what truly makes Spy X Family stand out isn't the witty situational comedy or its intense spy missions, it's the show's ability to nag at your heartstrings at just the right times. What a fine collection of wholesome family moments there are. From the spy Lloyd, we have his decision to truly stick with Anya due to her adoptive history and his desire to reach a world where children don't have to cry. Then through her cute antics and ability to analyze the good in her parents, Anya herself makes me, who normally never in hell wants a child, momentarily desire one. And lastly there's Yor, who we see slowly getting over some of her insecurity issues from the warming acknowledgements of the other two. These moments are why this is my anime of the season. They're just so captivating. It's like they emotionally drag me into the show so heavily that I might as well be in another world. Hey, what is crackin' Booty Brigade? Really hope you guys were okay with that one, because I had to rush it out a bit more than my other stuff, you know, since it's a seasonal video and don't want to have that out too late. And I know I haven't been putting out a lot of projects lately, I've just been busy with some bullshit, but got a lot of cool ideas written down, and should be more free this upcoming summer, so be on the lookout for more of my usual bullshit then. You know, the usual Patreon thanks to Shin AMV, Snap Zenith, and Pylord. And if you want to support me on Patreon as well to, you know, supply my funds for like great booty prints like that, links to that are in the description below. There are also information and links to all the seasonal anime I covered in this video as well. And that's it for this time. Peace out, Booty Brigade.